Hello everybody, my name is, well you really don't care what my name is, and welcome to the top 5 best movies and worst movies of this year. Why top 5? Because unlike many people, I like to keep my list short. And this is the last video of this year, so I am hoping it goes well. So let's get started with the top 5 worst movies of this year with number 5. Paranormal Activity, The Marked Ones. Oh my god, when you try to make a good horror movie spin-off, sometimes they can go well, sometimes they don't go well. Paranormal Activity, The Marked Ones did not go well at all. It had very predictable jump scare scenes, a story you didn't give a shit about, and actors you didn't care if they lived or die. And that sucks because I really was hoping that this movie was good. Just like the first Paranormal Activity movie. The sequels, not so much. Except for the second one. That was still good. And, well, it wasn't. And it was the beginning of very bad horror movies for this year. Number 4 is Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Another movie that I wish did not get made by Michael Bay because just look at what he's done with the Transformers movie. This one shouldn't even be called Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. This should be called the Megan Fox movie because that was the main focus. She was the main focus of the movie. She got the most screen time, and that was not what we were hoping for. We wanted to see the Turtles, who were not bad, but my god, the whole focus on April O'Neil, Megan Fox, oh, it was so boring. Shredder sucked, Splinter sucked, and there was no Casey Jones, which I'm glad for, because if they had added Casey Jones, I think Michael Bay would have fucked it up as well. Okay, number 3 is Annabelle. Another horror movie that I really wish had done well. Because they did well with building this movie up, excuse me. They did well when it came to, trying to make this movie look good. And I thought it was, but no, it was like the Marked Ones. It had predictable jump scare scenes. It had a story you didn't really care, and actors you didn't care much either. There was one good scene where the woman goes down the basement and finds the demon in the dark basement, which was not bad. I actually liked that scene. It was scary, but it did not help to save this movie at all. It was... why? Number 2 is Transformers Age of Extinction. So what's wrong with this movie? What's wrong with the 4 Transformers movie? The same fucking formula. And when I say the same fucking formula, I mean the same fucking formula. Narration, focus on the humans more than on the Transformers, explosions, 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 a final battle you don't give a shit about, narration at the end. That's it. It's the same thing as the other Transformers movie. The humans, when they talk to one another, it's the same as the other Transformers movie. They say stupid shit that you don't care about, and you really find them annoying. And there's a whole shitload of product placements. I do mean shitload of product placements. I really wish that Michael Bay did not make this movie either. I think it's time for him to give that to someone else to make this movie, because trust me, I think that other person would do a better job. Not as much as the person who made The Legends of Hercules, which is the number 1 list on my top 5 worst movies of this year. I didn't see it when it came out in theaters. Jeremy Jahns talked about how bad this movie was, so I decided to check it out. And oh my god, was this bad. The acting was... what? The special effects was laughable, especially when one of the guys who got hit with a spear, you could actually see him tucking it under his arm. And the story for this, I think it would have been done well, but no, it did not help at all. It did not help with the movie at all. And that's why it's the number 1 on my list, because it is just horrible. Worse than the Transformers movie. Yeah, I said it. Worse than the Transformers movie. Now let's go on to the top 5 best movies of this year with number 5, Big Hero 6. Now I talked about this movie, how it was another well done Disney animated movie. And it's true, these are the same people who made Frozen and Wreck-It Ralph, and they did a great job with this movie. I like the characters in this movie. I like how well the animation looks. I mean, it looks real. And that's awesome. If you look back at the animation back then for the past Disney movies, and you look at the ones right now, you can see a lot of differences between the two. And that's what I liked. I think one of the other things I liked about this movie is Baymax. He's such a great character. I mean, the interaction with him in Hero was great, but I love Baymax. He is awesome. He is the comedy relief, but he's also a great character, and I am looking forward to the sequel of this movie. Number 4 is Guardians of the Galaxy, another Marvel movie that a lot of people thought was not going to be a success, because this was a risk that Marvel took. Because they were going to make a movie that not a lot of people knew about, and a movie that they didn't think was going to be a success. A lot of people didn't think was going to be a big success. And it's true, I didn't think much of it either. I liked the trailers for this movie, which was not bad, but I was still skeptical about it when I went in to see it, because I wanted it to be a success. Because Marvel has done well with their past films, so I went into this, and I have to say, I love it. I love this movie. Guardians of the Galaxy is awesome. It's got great characters, an awesome story, great effects, and how it's going to be involved in the Avengers movie. I cannot wait. I can't wait for when they get involved with the Avengers. It's going to be a big cast, so I am hoping they do well with that, and I am hoping that they will have a great sequel in the future. Number 3 is X-Men Days of Future Past. Now, this was originally supposed to be in my top number 1 list of of the best movies of this year, but I pushed it down to number 3 because, of the other 2 movies, but I'll get to them later. What I liked about X-Men Days of Future Past is, the Sentinels. They were awesome. I love how they look, how tough, how dangerous they were, and how they can mimic any mutant's power, killing off most of the mutants as well. And I liked also how Mystique, her story, how we found out how she ended up becoming the Mystique we know. And the music for this it's so great. Amazing. I love the characters as well. I love the actors playing them, especially the one who played Quicksilver. He is awesome. The best character in the whole movie. I loved him. Especially how he kicked ass. Oh my god, he's awesome. I can't wait to see the next one. Hopefully we see him again. What else? What else am I missing? The ending, the post credits. I suggest you check it out. But everything else, a great movie. But it didn't make my number 1 list because of these other 2 movies. I'll get to them in a bit. Number 2 is this one I had a lot of debate about because I think it was good. I think it was bad. I debated about this. But number 2 is The Hobbit, The Battle of the Five Armies. Now this, I didn't see the first Hobbit movie until I saw the second one. When I saw the second one, I went to see the first one, and I'm glad how well these Hobbit movies went. The Battle of the Five Armies, no different. I made a review about it, but I'm going to talk a little bit about it. It's got great characters in this movie. It's got a great fight scenes that we got to see in this movie, especially seeing Saruman in action. That was awesome. And seeing the elf woman that Gandalf seems to like, seeing her kick some ass, that was awesome too. And Bilbo in this movie, he did more in this movie, and how he was able to help the other dwarves. And he risked a lot, knowing he could have gotten killed, but he stuck around and kicked some ass. Now, this was going to be my number 1 list, but I stopped. I switched it with the other movie because even though it was a great movie and a great ending to the Hobbit trilogy, it did suffer from some problems. One, too many scenes switching to one scene to another, one scene to another, one scene to another. Then we had, Smaug being killed off so soon. And the ending, after the fighting was over, I felt was, kind of sucked. I really was hoping for more, but yeah, I think the fights for me, at the ending of the fights, uh, I still have some problems with. But other than that, it's a great movie, and I'm glad it made my list. Number one, the best movie in my view of this year is Dawn of the Planet of the Apes. Now here's the reason why. I love the CGI they did with the apes. They look real, and the facial expressions that they give is realistic. We also see the interaction with them and the humans about how the apes don't want war, the humans don't want war, and how they fight so hard to try to make sure there is no war, how they try to keep peace with one another. But then it all gets fucked up when one ape decides to ruin it for everybody, to try to end that peace with war. And they now pass, even though they defeat the evil ape, they now realize there's no peace. Humans and apes can never be at peace. War has begun. It's gonna happen. And how we see the main human character, how he disappears into the shadows, while Caesar and his apes, you know, they walk into the sunset, the sunrise as dawn, you know, as their time has come, as the apes now hope to fight to keep their place as the top species of the food chain. And I cannot wait. I cannot wait to see what happens. Dominant species, not food chain, whatever. I cannot wait to see what happens when what I'm hoping is the last Apes movie, and I hope it goes well. That's it, everybody. If you guys have a different opinion on my top 5 worst and best movies of this year, leave some comments below. Let me know what you think. I will be here next time to give you more love and more entertainment for the 2015, and hopefully the movies of that year goes well. Take care, everybody, and Happy New Year's, and take care. Woo! That's a lot.